Energy is the one resource no one can hand to you, lend you, or restore on your behalf. Every obligation you accept and every conversation you enter without awareness quietly draws from it, leaving behind a subtle exhaustion that lingers beyond the day. Yet we often behave as though it never runs out, giving ourselves endlessly while overlooking that clarity, calm, and focus are the true indicators of a well-lived life. The Stoics recognized this. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that his mind, his judgments, were a stronghold, impenetrable unless he permitted entry. Imagine moving through your day with that same awareness, treating your energy as something valuable, protecting it without guilt or apology. That discipline doesn't make you distant, it makes you resilient. It allows you to be fully engaged where it matters and detached where it does not. The ability to decide where to give and where to withhold is not arrogance, it is self-mastery. And self-mastery is freedom. Often the heaviest burdens are not visible. They are expectations, background noise, and commitments accepted without reflection. Every interaction draws from our mental clarity, yet many move through life as if their energy is unlimited, only to feel drained, distracted, and disconnected. Real strength lies not in responding to every demand, but in the quiet discipline of choosing carefully. It is the power to protect inner peace while engaging the world with intention. Think about those rare conversations that leave space where your mind feels lighter afterward, where there is room to breathe and reflect. Then consider the opposite, interactions that feel heavy, each word pulling at your attention and leaving a residue of fatigue. These experiences are not random. They reflect an unseen exchange, an economy of energy in which we are often unconscious participants. Every interaction either restores or depletes, expands or constricts, and the difference is often shaped not by what is said, but by what we carry within us before, during, and after. Boundaries regulate this flow. When they are clear, energy moves with purpose. When they are unclear, it dissipates, lost to the expectations, anxieties, and unconscious demands of others. Setting boundaries is not an act of rejection. It is an expression of self-respect. It defines what is yours to carry and what is not. It does not make you cold, it makes you intentional. Stoicism teaches that disturbance does not come from events themselves, but from our interpretation of them. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Recognizing this is strength. Energy is not only physical, it is mental, emotional, and spiritual. Allowing it to be taken indiscriminately is the same as surrendering clarity for convenience. Many respond automatically, saying yes without thought, overcommitting, over-explaining, assuming their resources are endless. But every moment, every word, every decision carries a cost. Energy is finite, valuable, and deeply connected to the life you are able to create. Awareness begins with observation. Some people drain energy unintentionally, not out of malice, but because they themselves are unsettled. Others do so through habit or expectation. In every case, the real issue is failing to recognize energy as something real and essential. Every interaction is an investment. Some return clarity and growth. Others leave behind tension and fatigue. Learning to assess these exchanges allows you to engage meaningfully while keeping distance where necessary. Energy also carries forward in time. What you expend now affects what comes next. Repeated exhaustion reshapes perception, weakens patience, and limits clear thinking. When the mind is already strained, reactions replace thoughtful responses. But with clear boundaries, energy begins to move in patterns that support both engagement and detachment. This reflects the Stoic principle. Freedom comes from mastering what is within your control, while fatigue arises from surrendering to what is not. This is not about withdrawing from life. It is about participating with awareness. Self-awareness is central here. Internal drains, like worry, comparison, or imagined expectations, often consume more energy than external demands. Stoicism reminds us that the mind shapes experience. When attention is lost to anxiety or regret, energy is spent before action even begins. Practices like meditation, journaling, stillness, or time in nature help reset this internal state. They create space for observation without reaction, presence without exhaustion. When these insights are applied, life changes. Protecting your energy is not avoidance, it is intentional allocation. It is choosing to engage fully where it matters and stepping back where it does not. Living by your own standards rather than constant external pressure preserves clarity and builds freedom. Each moment of conscious engagement strengthens resilience, sharpens focus, and reinforces your ability to act deliberately. As you reflect on your day, your week, your interactions, ask yourself what is unnecessarily consuming your energy and what truly deserves it. Every moment you reclaim moves you closer to clarity and autonomy. By protecting your energy, you protect your mind, your body, and your ability to act with purpose. Awareness transforms life from reactive to intentional, from scattered to focused. If you want to continue developing this skill, learning to protect your energy, strengthen your boundaries, and live with clarity and intention, consider subscribing. It's a commitment to your own growth, a way of honoring your mind and your presence, and another step toward living deliberately. The implications of this awareness are subtle but powerful. Understanding how energy flows allows you to make better decisions about relationships, responsibilities, and commitments. It helps you invest wisely, giving your presence where it matters and holding it back where it does not. There is a paradox here. Saying no is not withdrawal, it is redirection. It ensures that your contributions are more authentic, more focused, and more impactful. Every decision about where your energy goes shapes the environment in which your thoughts, creativity, and actions unfold. Observing and acting with intention transforms draining cycles into opportunities for renewal. And the most important realization is this: these choices are always available. They do not depend on circumstances, only on awareness and deliberate action. Self-reflection is ongoing. The Stoics emphasize daily examination, reviewing thoughts, responses, and behaviors. Epictetus taught that it is not what happens, but how you respond, that matters. Each interaction becomes a chance to exercise judgment. Not all drains come from others. Many arise from unconscious habits within ourselves. Recognizing this shifts responsibility inward, where real control exists. By observing without immediate reaction, you create space. Emotional fatigue becomes information, not instruction. This distance allows you to respond consciously rather than automatically. It aligns with the Stoic pursuit of inner freedom, the understanding that while the external world is uncertain, your mind remains within your control. Ultimately, energy is a limited and valuable resource. Recognizing this reframes how you engage with life. It reveals not only the demands placed on you by others, but also the ways you deplete yourself through distraction and misplaced priorities. Energy becomes a measure of engagement, and boundaries become the tools that direct it. Clarity emerges when you look inward. When you stop reacting and begin observing, you awaken to the connection between self-respect, presence, and intentional living. To ignore this is to drift, scattered and depleted. To embrace it is to live with purpose, aligned with your values. Every interaction, every decision, every pause is an opportunity. Each one reflects your inner strength and contributes to your future capacity. When you manage your energy with awareness, life becomes more coherent, more focused, and more powerful in its quiet simplicity. Mastering your energy is mastering your life. Energy is a currency most people spend without thinking. A message that demands attention, a call that extends too long, an obligation that feels unavoidable. Each one is a small withdrawal from a limited reserve. Unlike money, this resource is invisible. Its loss is gradual, almost unnoticeable at first, until exhaustion sets in. And when it is spent without awareness, it does more than tire you. It weakens your ability to think clearly, act intentionally, and respond wisely. The illusion that energy is endless encourages overcommitment. One task feels manageable, another acceptable, but each leaves behind a trace. Over time, these traces accumulate, affecting judgment and perspective. Awareness of this accumulation is essential. Without it, life becomes reactive. Social expectations make this even more complex. The pressure to meet demands, maintain appearances, or please others often overrides conscious choice. Energy is constantly pulled outward. But with awareness comes strategy, deciding what deserves your attention and what does not. This is not avoidance, it is intelligent engagement. Reflection reveals patterns. Many moments of exhaustion trace back to automatic decisions made under pressure. Recognizing this is uncomfortable, but also freeing. It shows that a different way of living is possible. With practice, observation becomes clarity, and clarity becomes action. Responsibility lies within. Others may ask or expect, but the decision to give remains yours. Energy is not taken, it is allowed. Recognizing this restores control. Each conscious choice becomes an act of preservation and empowerment. Managing energy is both practical and philosophical. It sharpens focus, supports meaningful action, and reflects the Stoic belief that true control lies within. Awareness transforms everyday moments into opportunities for intentional living. Some people leave you feeling lighter, others leave you drained. This is not about intention, it is about alignment and awareness, and it reflects your own choices as much as theirs. Overextending yourself to maintain harmony slowly erodes your presence. There is no immediate cost, but the accumulation is real. This is why self-examination matters. Awareness reveals where energy is being lost and gives you the power to redirect it. Patterns form when energy is spent automatically. Over time, this creates a baseline of fatigue, but recognizing this shifts you from passive participant to active steward. Each interaction becomes a conscious choice. There is also a ripple effect. Draining moments affect what follows. Restorative ones enhance it. Tracking these patterns reveals which interactions support your clarity and which diminish it. Accountability is essential. It is easy to blame others, but the Stoic view places control within. Energy is given, not taken. Choosing where it goes defines how you live. Awareness brings balance. By observing and choosing deliberately, life becomes more intentional. Energy is preserved, and each moment gains meaning. Much of our energy loss comes from within, unexamined habits, fear-driven decisions, and the need for approval. These leaks are subtle but cumulative. Practices like journaling, meditation, and reflection reveal them, and once seen, they can be changed. Protecting your energy does not mean withdrawing, it means choosing. Silence is no longer fear. Presence is no longer obligation. Each decision becomes aligned with purpose. Internal perception shapes everything. When awareness replaces habit, energy becomes a tool, not something passively lost. This creates resilience, clarity, and steadiness. Ultimately, managing your energy is an act of self-respect. It allows you to live with integrity, clarity, and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius suggested, control over yourself is the highest form of power. Boundaries are not barriers, they are clarity. They define what is yours to give. Without them, energy scatters. With them, it focuses. Saying no is not rejection, it is alignment. Presence becomes deeper when energy is reserved for what matters. Trying to please everyone drains what could be used meaningfully. Boundaries restore balance and intention. They also improve relationships. Clear limits create mutual understanding. Energy is no longer wasted, it is directed. This discipline extends to all areas of life. Work, creativity, commitments, all require attention. Without boundaries, effort becomes fragmented. With them, it becomes impactful. Reflection strengthens this process. By reviewing what drains and what restores, patterns become visible. This allows better decisions moving forward. Boundaries are not cold, they are honest. They ensure that when you engage, you do so fully. Inner pressures, like anxiety and comparison, are some of the greatest drains. They consume energy before action even begins. Recognizing them is the first step to reclaiming control. Practices that create stillness restore clarity. They allow the mind to reset and refocus. These are not luxuries, they are necessities. Comparison especially wastes energy. Focusing on what you cannot control drains attention. Shifting focus inward restores balance. When internal awareness improves, external engagement becomes intentional. Life is no longer reactive, it is directed. Energy management is not about avoiding life, it is about living it fully, with awareness. In the end, protecting your energy is not withdrawal, it is integration. It is choosing how to show up in each moment. It is deciding where to invest your presence. Energy is finite. Every choice matters. And with each deliberate decision, you strengthen your clarity, your resilience, and your freedom. Take a moment. Breathe. Let this settle. Your energy is yours to manage. Your presence is yours to direct. Your clarity is yours to protect. You do not owe the world your exhaustion. You owe yourself intention, purpose, and alignment. Carry this awareness forward into every interaction, every decision, every commitment, and continue refining it,